Proverbs chapter 18. A fool's mouth is his destruction. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing. A man that hath friends must show himself friendly. Through desire a man, having separated himself, seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom. Not sure what that means. A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy reproach. The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook. It is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calleth for strokes. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. He also that is slothful in his work is brother to him that is a great waster. Interesting. The lazy and those who waste materials, waste resources, are counted as the same. I like that. Verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it, and is safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and as an high wall in his own conceit. Before destruction the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? Now, step back to verse 13. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it. In other words, get your information straight before you form your opinion. And definitely before you start proclaiming your opinion to others. Make sure you have the correct information before you start passing judgment. Verse 15. The heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. A man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men. He that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor cometh and searcheth him. The lot causeth contentions to cease, and parteth between the mighty. Interesting there. The lot. Now, what lot is, this is drawing straws. Remember, they cast lots to determine what land each of the 12 tribes would inherit. Because the lot, as long as we are honorable men, you cast lots, and whoever wins, wins. It is a completely unbiased way of determining things. And so when it says, the lot causeth contentions to cease, and parteth between the mighty. In other words, if you do things in a fair and unbiased way, there is no contentions. Good men will honor those kind of decisions. I like that. That makes sense. Verse 19. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and their contentions are like the bars of a castle. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor of the Lord. The poor useth entreaties, but the rich answereth roughly. A man that hath friends must shew himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. That's the kind of friendship that David and Jonathan had. Their friendship was a stronger bond than family. That is a strong friendship. But before I end this one, there is a Joseph Smith translation. Now, what the Joseph Smith translation is, this is a translation of the Bible, translation or correction, done by Joseph Smith to restore portions that had been lost over the years. In this proverb, we have one verse. Verse 22 is corrected here. In the King James, it says, Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor of the Lord. Now, not all wives are good wives. There are many women who don't know how to be a wife. And it's not, many women who destroy men through marriage. And they're not good. There's no favor from God in that kind of a marriage. So Joseph Smith has corrected this, and it now states, "Whoso findeth a good wife hath obtained favor of the Lord." And that makes so much more sense. When you are blessed to have found a good woman to be your wife, as I have, then that is a favor of the Lord. That makes so much more sense than just saying that all wives, all women are good. As long as you're married, you've got something good there. That's not always the case. So I like this Joseph Smith translation. This makes so much more sense. But we will leave that here, and we will see you in the next video. I wanted to add this to each of these videos of Proverbs chapters 10 through 24. Because I'm making only brief comments on some of the Proverbs, because each verse is its own separate proverb in these chapters, I want to extend this invitation to anybody listening. If you would like to make a comment on any of the Proverbs, post a comment or just ask me a question what I think of any of the Proverbs that I may have not made a comment about.